Hey, my name is Shadowsense and you're watching Arcade Spirits. We went to a spooky old mansion where there's an arcade raid being thrown by a man named Hamza. He seems to be an arcade collector of sorts, or an arcade trader, or something along those lines. It's not actually an arcade raid, it's a mix of an arcade raid and an arcade auction. Everybody went their separate ways, so I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to go. I'm not really interested in the arcade version of Game of Thrones going on up here. Gavin can handle all these guys. Me, I want to see this legendary arcade Hamza was talking about, so I head downstairs to join Naomi. Whoa. Is this a private collection or a full-fledged arcade? I was expecting a handful of games and a pool table or something, but this is easily 3 times larger than the Funplex itself. Even coated in dust and disrepair, it's awe-inspiring. And it's also hard to find anyone in this maze of tightly packed games. Invitees are browsing the available stock to decide what's worth bidding on, making it crowded as well. But eventually I locate Naomi practically cuddling a narrow-looking TMNT machine. Oh! Matt, look! A 2-player variant of TMNT! These were only released in the Oceania region. Such a rare find. Wait, wasn't that game originally 4 players? Why would anybody want a version with only 2 joysticks? Well, because, I mean, it's rare, it's a find. And it's less fun. Not the point. Anyway, it's hard to find one of these. 2-player or 4-player. I'd love to have it for the arcade. I'd love to have that in this one, and oh, if only I could take all these home with me. I mean, some have water damage, others likely have busted CRTs and controls. They all need work, but I recall the game she was working on when I first met her. Extensive repairs needed just to make it playable. So, not only would you have to bid and win the game, but you'd have several hours of work and plenty of spare parts to purchase ahead of you? I know! Isn't it great? Okay, is there a nice way to say this? Shit. Let's ask about it. How many are in her backlog? I don't like either of these 2 options. Hey Naomi, quick question. How many games do we have in storage right now, waiting for the same restoration treatment? And how many games on the floor right now need a tune-up? Let's see. I know there's 3 on the floor right now that need reproduction side art decals, and Pac-Man's marquee is a bit dim. Plus, there's the 4 or 5 in our rental storage unit I still need to get around to, 2 of which have dead monitors, so can you really take on more projects right now? Putting it in context of all the work that's ahead of her seems to bring her back down a bit. I could make the time. I could get it all done and then some. I'm sure of it. I mean... Naomi sighs, frustration building.
It's not fair. I know... I'm not dense. I know there's only so much we can realistically do. So many projects I can actually take on.
Right.
But I wish I could do more. I wish we could do more.
That's a fair point.
The Funplex has never really been a success. Even before I came on board, it was always struggling to stay afloat. I joined it because so few arcades still have the games I love. But I can't turn our situation around, can I? No matter how hard I try. This was my first job. Part of me is hoping it'll be my last job too. That I can happily spend all my days tinkering with these wonderful games. Every kid says they want to be a fireman or an astronaut or a robot cop or something, but nobody actually ends up doing that. That's
actually true. There's so many 9-year-old kids that are like, I want to be a cop when I grow up. And then I get it. It's a cool fantasy to have at that age, but what she's saying is true. Nobody actually ever does it. And there are cases where people do, of course, but you know what I mean.
Except me. I wanted to fix up arcade games, and that's what I'm doing. It's all I ever wanted to do. So when I see all these old, broken games, I just want to show them the love I can give. I could be happy working on them for the rest of my life.
Wow, that's dedication. And really, you went straight from school to an arcade job? I mean, I've meandered from job to job, never really sure what I wanted. That's normal, right?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I'm the oddball here. It's funny, I followed my heart and found just what I wanted, what I needed, and now, well, now I'm scared someday it'll all come to an end. The Funplex will close.
And if the Funplex goes under, I really don't know what I'm gonna do. All I ever wanted was to work in an arcade. And I'm literally living my dream.
That'd be nice. Okay, now I feel bad for bringing down her dad. Hey, look, you never know, right? Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll find a game down here that brings in thundering herds of players. Right. It's a slim hope, and we both know it, but Naomi clings to it immediately, eagerly. My low bank balance and grumbling stomach mean I need to cling to that hope as well. I made my choice, now I need to make that choice work. We just need to find the right game. Something nobody's played in a long time. Something that'll tug at the nostalgia strings. It's difficult finding the right balance, especially in the year 20XX. A lot of these games are on life support, borrowed time. But they can be repaired, right? Well, yeah, for now. But CRTs, the monitors that power these old games, before LCDs and now 3D flats started replacing them, they're in short supply. Nobody makes them anymore. I mean, who buys a tube-based TV anymore? Nobody! It's all high definition and that dumb 3D projection tech which looks awful. Nobody appreciates a good CRT anymore. Aren't high-def displays way cheaper though? I've seen some old games running them in our other arcades. They're wrong is what they are. These games weren't designed for pixel-perfect flat panels. They're designed for fuzzy tubes. The picture looks weird on LCD. That's actually true. I don't care for playing retro games on HD TVs or HD screens. I want to be able to just have a big old dumb tube TV and just plug in like an NES or Super Nintendo or Genesis and just play it the way I played it when I was a kid. So I get this. Even 2 weeks in, I'm still fuzzy myself on a lot of this stuff. But I grew up in the internet age. I'm silicon literate. I got opinions. Let's use LCDs and just bash people over the head. Or how about we buy some cheap common games? Let's do that one. Hey, cheap and easy solution to that. Install an LCD and buy a baseball bat. When someone drops a quarter in, bonk them on the head. There's always the chance that they get an amnesia and become a JRPG protagonist as a result, though. You know, if not for the massive lawsuits, I'd love to see you try that. But seriously, it's important to use the right part for the right job. When fixing up a modern game, for instance, I wouldn't force it to use a tube.
Thank you.
You know, I'm glad you're with us at the Funplex. Whether you take my side or Gavin's side, it's just nice to have someone who cares about games around. Ashley's fun, but she's way more into cosplay than gaming. But it's kind of odd, you know? What? Feeling like I'm not alone. I know that sounds dramatic, but I'm so used to toiling away in my little workshop with Ashley and Gavin not really caring about the things I love. They're kind enough to me, and friendly. Well, Ashley is. But ever since you showed up, I feel like there's someone with me. It's odd. I'm not complaining though. I guess it just takes getting used to, after years of feeling perfectly content to be alone. Away from strangers, crowds. It's not really my thing. I don't like to network like Gavin does, or socialize like Ashley does. And now I'm making things weird, so I'm gonna stop here. Besides, I'm just about done taking inventory down here. How about you and I... Suddenly, shouting and stopping on feet from the floor above. What the... Sounds like there's a fight or something going on up there. I think we better go see what's what. Quickly, we hurry upstairs. What's going on? I heard shouting. Hamza has ejected a representative of the Dark Carnival known as Deco's Palace from our midst. And not soon enough, in Hamza's opinion. Oh, okay, I guess everything's fine then. Excuse me, I'm gonna go get my work apron on since we'll be moving games soon. Naomi, if you don't mind, after a change we should coordinate our wish list. I want to get that settled before the auction begins. Oh, don't leave me alone with the back an alien orgy, master. Excellent. Now let us resume the social amusements and jocularities. Matt Bird, will we speak? We will speak, yes? Hamza leads me off, away from the chattering crowd, presumably not to eat me, or yell at me, or anything like that.
I make it a point to get to know all who attend my gatherings. Clearly, I have been remiss, as I allowed one who works with the hated Dekonami to enter. Hamza would like to know you better, my friend. Not that Hamza assumes you to be a spy, of course. It is simply a matter of what is proper.
Yeah, I get you, buddy. I'm just a floor attendant for the Funplex. Not much else to say.
Come now. Surely there's more to you than that. Share with Hamza. Consider me an impartial third party. Surely there are matters that occupy your mind which would be inappropriate to air to your business partners?
Oh, he wants some workplace gossip. Okay, this guy is clearly on a fishing expedition for dirt. Considering the high court of arcade royalty I'm supping with, maybe it's best not to give him anything. But I also don't want to make relations difficult for the Funplex if this guy is really a leading supplier of cheap arcade games. Let's do that one. I won't bore you with the whole story, but the TLDR is that my family's had a curse of foul luck for quite a few years. Moving from city to city, job to job. After I left home, I couldn't find stable work. Not until the Funplex, I guess. I'm determined to make this work, but I'll admit, I'm in a vulnerable position. It's not exactly a jet-setting executive role.
Hamza agrees.
Ah, yes, I see the dilemma you face. I have seen it many times before, in fact, including firsthand. Yes, I have known hardship. We all have in the course of events. You are not alone in that condition, Matt.
Hamza began as a mere urban explorer and hunter of rare objects for a wealthy buyer in Dubai. You see, many debts
Okay, so he is Indian. Alright.
And in return for assistance,
I hope my accent really isn't racist.
I stocked the arcade of his dreams. In time, my patron released me entirely from the woes of debt. They were difficult years. Productive years, to be certain. And throughout them, Hamza learned how to use the mystique of being Hamza to better achieve his goals. Now I stand before you with power, and with hard-earned respect for that power. I leverage it to ensure that those who respect games as I do can enjoy them, even if they lack coin. But yes, I have known hardship. We all have in the course of events. You are not alone in that condition, my friend.
Okay, so how do I get out of that condition? Do I need to indebt myself to a wealthy prince or something too?
No. You will need the will to dream and the will to work. The will to make the trade-offs that will bring you closer to your ambitions.
Francine was mentioning something about that earlier. Wisdom and beauty, that is Francine. I'm trying not to make trade-offs though. Not to settle. My parents, they gave up on so much just to barely scrape by. Ah, that is the puzzle, is it not? What to trade? Allow me to regale you with a story. Hamza makes a sweeping gesture to the beautiful ruin of the Donwood mansion and to an oil painting hanging on the wall. At one time, Donna Michaels was a star on the rise. She had all she could ever desire and indulged in her desires all day long. But so indulgent was she that she failed to maintain the work that brought her there. After her second album didn't meet expectations, she lost interest. For years she lurked in these walls as a recluse, playing games for hours and hours. Rumor has it that she was found dead within her beloved arcade, hands still wrapped around a glowing joystick. She starved to death, lost in a game. What is that? Oh, I don't like that background noise that just started. I'd say that's ridiculous, but I've seen Percy play for hours and hours at a time. And now her lost and nameless spirit haunts this very place. Adrift as a ghost in the machine. Too spoopy for me, man. Too spoopy indeed. And obviously a grim fairy tale rather than reality, but I feel there is an important truth buried in the myth. I ask you, was Donna's life spiritually satisfying? She didn't need to make any more albums. She wanted for nothing and had everything. You could even say she died doing what she loved, playing games. Keep spitting everywhere, Jesus. Okay, but she still died, no getting around that.
Hamza agrees.
Precisely. So many years thrown away, refusing the world around her in favor of a dream. A dream is a lovely thing, Matt, but you must balance a dream in one hand and the world in another, at all times. Naomi, she clings to her dream. Gavin, he clings to the world. Neither of them are truly happy as a result. And what of you, Matt? Do you seek to be truly happy? Well, duh, what else was I going to answer except yes? But Hamza pressed a finger to my lips to silence me. Hold that thought. The auction is about to begin. Hamza claps twice, calling the room to attention.
Greetings, friends.
Friends, let us proceed to the arcade below. We have many games to bid on, all of which must be out the door by morning. As always, I will accept alternate bids, but test not the patience of Hamza. If your bid is not a serious offer, the hours grow short. Any titles which find no takers will go to my own collection, but my hope is to find a happy home for every machine, one which will love and respect these games. He motions for me in particular to follow as the group files downstairs. This way, this way. A bunch of folding chairs have been set up in front of a large HD TV. One of Hamza's assistants loads up a photo slideshow of the games on offer as the group settles in. Hey, shouldn't Francine be here for this? It's technically her money. She trusts the two of us to make the right decisions on purchasing games. Plus, I'd hate to interrupt her nap. Or her knitting. Or both. I swear she can knit in her sleep. Oh, I'm just too nervous. I think we're going to go browse the games again and see if there are any I missed. It's so dark down here, I swear I didn't see them all. How about you, Matt? Wanna watch the auction with me or go help Naomi search the arcade? I'm fine either way. Ultimately, you're only here to help us lug our purchases out the door, so do whatever you like. Thanks, I think. I wanna help Naomi. It's hard to see her way now that the sun's gone down. Naomi might get lost. Technically, the sun's been blocked by clouds all afternoon. Still a factual statement. As you like, try to dissuade her from dropping more items into the wish list if you can. Right, now to find Naomi. Without the roaming crowd of arcade collectors actively roaming, the place actually feels super empty. Super dark. Super creepy. The music stopped, I'm scared. By the time I actually locate her, I can't even see the auction. I'm deep in the virtual woods. Oh, there's that butt. And she's staring into a darkened corner. She's possessed by the ghost of Donna Michaels, isn't she? I'm about to get spooked. About to get spooked so hard. Oh, Matt.
Look! Look!
Instead of tearing my skin off and shrieking like a banshee, Naomi just points to the exposed back of an arcade game, old wood having rotted away years ago. And inside, nestled beneath the circuits and monitor tubes, is a sleepy mother cat with several sleepy kittens. I love this! Feel a burning need to post a picture of this to the internet.
Yeah, I already took care of that.
Quick thinking. Well, okay, as long as someone did.
Huh. The cabinets back here have a lot of water damage and wood rot. I guess this kitty and her family took shelter some time ago. But someone's gonna buy this game soon, and then they won't have a home anymore.
I didn't think you'd be a cat person. Or a people person, for that matter. I mean, you strike me more as a game person. As in, you'd give your games cute names and preen them and have way too many of them in one apartment that is healthy.
Hey, I'm not that game obsessed.
I'm actually that obsessed about cats.
But as much as I'd also love
I'm
to
a cat
see the
dad.
game these cats call home, the cats are more important than any silly arcade game.
It's true, despite claiming to be antsy around strangers, she's been nothing but friendly to me, and even giving me her lunch the first day I got here. As much as the folks in the arcade consider her to be a bit game obsessed, there's clearly more to Naomi than being a one-note otaku.
We've got to do something for the kitties. So what should we do?
Buy the game maybe? Then you could save both of them.
Tempting, but I'm already pushing my luck with my wish list. I can't add a game we don't need just to save these cats.
You should adopt them? That's true. Take them to the animal shelter. For now, we need to move them. That's priority 1. Let's do that one. Do you have room in your home for some new friends? I think they could use a friend, and you're a good one to have, furry or otherwise. Kittens! Well, okay, I can't adopt all of them. But maybe Mommy Cat wouldn't mind parting way with one kitten? A shelter can take the others. But where would we take them? What shelter? And how do we safely move them? Oh, I don't know. I don't want to mess this up. What do we do? What do we do? Naomi, we have the internet. Oh, right. Thanks to the wonders of the information superhighway, Naomi's got the instructions we need in seconds. Didn't even need an iris backing her up thanks to speedy tapping. Right, okay, we're going to need 1, a cardboard box large enough to fit them all. Not a problem, there's plenty of boxes around here left behind by movers and liquidators. 2, to avoid being scratched up, heavy gloves. No problem, I brought a pair from the Funplex. Was expecting to use them to haul giant wooden game cabinets around. 3, some food for the trip. They had turkey up at the buffet table, right? Just basic breast meat should work. Water too. Lastly, we need bedding of some sort to line the box. A blanket or something. I wouldn't trust like the curtains or anything in this crappy old house. Could have bugs or worse. I might know where we can get a blanket. Upstairs. Right. Pass me your gloves. I'll get the box. You go grab the food and the blanket.
Woohoo!
It's Operation Kitty Rescue. Go! Right, it's up to me now. For the sake of a bunch of absolutely adorable little fuzz muffins, I must accomplish my sacred goals. Gavin and the auction can wait. It's go time. Alright, we're gonna save the cats on the next episode. So thank you guys so very much for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this one, please consider subscribing. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.